This video is how to troubleshoot what happens if your collar is in the wrong mode. We only use one mode with the collars that we send home with our client dogs, unless it's a special case, and we coach you on that. So I want to review, if you go and review the instructional video on the PT3000, I talk more in depth about the modes and about the functions of this remote. But during your systems check, if you run into a situation like this that I'm about to show you, this is how you fix it, okay? So I'm gonna start my systems check. I'm gonna turn my collar on. I see that my contact measurement lights are dancing, that's good. I'm gonna check my contact. You notice that I never ever deviate from this pattern. It's not a very good systems check if you don't do the whole dang pattern. Okay, my contact measurement is working. So great, I can move on. I can pick up my remote and check that my remote is paired to the upper left button. The upper left button of the remote is paired to my collar. Whoa! I don't want that. If you hear vibrating, if you hear tone, if you see the numbers changing while you hold that button down, you are probably in the wrong mode. So what I want to show you here, and again, you're going to review the instructional video on the PT3000 for more info on this, but hopefully you can see, if I can get away from you can see that there is a graph symbol, a rising graph symbol above my number 9, and there's a little speaker symbol over here. Neither of those two are things that I want. When we send collars home and the way that we train the dogs here, these are not modes that we use. They're useful in other situations, they're useful for very specialized training, but for what we do here and keeping it simple, we don't want these modes. This can scare the poop out of your dog and cause a big issue that we'll then have to go back and fix. This is why we do systems checks, to make sure we don't accidentally scare the poop out of your dogs, okay? This is why you need to do systems checks. So, in order to fix my issue here, I'm going to hold down the middle button. First, I'm going to ensure, very, very sure, that my cursor, that little black arrow, is in the right spot. So just to double check, I'm going to rotate it all the way around the screen until I get to upper left. I want to know for sure, before I do this, that I am pointing and seeing the screen for the upper left button. Because if you do it without doing that and it's pointing to a different button, you're only changing the mode on a different button that is not relevant. So we want to change the mode for the button that your collar is paired with. Once I am positive that my cursor is pointing to the correct button, I am going to hold down. So you saw how we changed the cursor. We tap it. Tap, 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 tap. That's how I move the cursor around. To change the mode, I'm going to hold this button down. See the modes changing until I see only a straight line, no accompanying symbols on the left. Now when I test, the number doesn't change, the collar is responding, the number doesn't change, there's no tone, no vibrate, I'm good. So that is how you solve that problem. Always make sure that you're in the correct mode. That's the only mode we want.